What's going on with Al Roker?
Al Roker has gone from just jolly fat man who stands by Matt Lauer to militant black guy.
Are you kidding me?
Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon
Here's
now.
what Al Roker is. Al Roker has been tap dancing with white people for the last 20 years on television, and now this is his first chance to make like a quote-unquote poignant statement about race.
Make a stand because everyone is jumping on
Where
it.
have you been all these years, Al, while you're fucking running around like a little bitch on a morning show under an umbrella? Where's all this fucking racial poignancy and pride been?
So all of a sudden, he's the voice of the black man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let me read this, and you guys, let's comment a little bit. Roker, Jesus.
Al Roker.
Holy shit. Roker says, time for Imus to go. From Al Roker. I cannot tell you how many...
I have to jump in there. He can tell us. Go ahead. Sorry.
I cannot tell you how many people have asked me about my... Oh, another one about Ecstasy of Gold. They're starting to use Jimmy's hilarious.
Oh,
hilarious.
Hilarious. I said that the first time at a wake.
I knew there was another one I wanted to get out there, but someone just wrote, hilarious people. All right, I cannot tell you how many people have asked me about my thoughts on Don Imus. As a student of broadcasting.
Are you?
Student.
You're a fat man under an umbrella.
You're a weather dude. That's like the worst job you could get in broadcasting. I don't give a shit you do it for a national morning show.
You're fucking Mary Poppins with a stapled stomach. Go fuck yourself. Fucking fat pig. You couldn't control yourself. So you had to have him go in there and staple everything up, didn't you, Al?
Staple it shut.
Couldn't stop eating that sweet potato pie.
I think Al Roker wanted to be a little bigger than a weatherman.
Fat cunt with an umbrella.
I mean, the deal in broadcasting, fellow broadcasters laugh at the weatherman. That's the lowest job you could get, where you're actually on camera or on a microphone.
He's stupid umbrella.
Oh, no, Traffic Girl's worse. Traffic Girl than weather dude.
You're the drummer of the news band.
With a bassist.
No, the tambourine player.
Mary Poppins fatso. You should be singing just a spoonful of sugar makes those toes come off. Those toes come off. Fuck you and your fucking stitched up belly, fat boy with no control. The nerve of you to try to be poignant at age 59. Where were you all these years while fucking Katie and her camel toe were running around tee-hee-heeing and everything? Fucking, you've meant nothing, stupid.
CNN has a poll. 60% of the people think that it's good enough and Imus should not be fired. As a student of broadcasting, I know Don Imus was one of the original shock jocks. I listened to him growing up in New York City in the late 60s and early 70s. So what's different? You know how bad he used to be? This is tame compared to what Imus used to do. He's a radio icon. That said, it is time for him to go.
Thank you.
I, for one, am really tired of the diatribes, the humor at others' expense, the cruelty that passes for funny. Don Imus isn't the only one doing this, but today he is the one in the hot seat.
See, the cruelty, it is funny. His diatribes are funny. He's a master of the language.
Yep.
That's the beauty of Imus. When he was trashing Mark Chernoff one time and he goes, "Hey, sent me a mousy little email."
Mousy.
A mousy little Imus's language has made me laugh for 25 years.
Yeah.
It's the way he speaks. He's brilliant.
What he said was violent and disgusting. It denigrated an entire team and, by extension, a community and its pride in a group that has excelled.
Excuse me, can I request something here? Again, this is by making fun of the team, you've somehow included the whole community.
Yeah.
Yet if one of those, say that was a male basketball team, and one of them committed a rape, if you by proxy, why wouldn't they consider that including the whole community?
Right.
Why?
The whole community. So you're all rapists? Because, why?
Black people are the first ones yelling, how could you judge everyone by one person? Everyone's an individual, yet he makes fun of a team, and that's the whole community. Just another phony statement by a black guy who wants to get his face in the media these days by fucking jumping on some cornball bandwagon because he doesn't have any balls to make a real statement about race.
Big California raisin head.
Oh, he's awful with his stupid glasses. Why don't you get your eyes fixed, fatso? Why don't you staple your awful corneas like you did your stomach?
This controversy started and grew during the week. At first, that's very good. At first, under the radar, we even had Don's wife Deidre on the program talking about green cleaning. I thought she was so good, I wanted to talk to her about a television program from my production company.
Did you?
Even at first under the radar. Okay. Don and his wife have done a lot of good things, raising money for charity, including a ranch for children suffering from cancer and blood disorders.
Can I again, right there, isn't that pretty much everything? They fucking have a ranch for children with cancer and blood disorders, and he's passing it over it like it's just one of a few things.
Yeah. I think it shows, Imus's character.
I think your actions should definitely take precedent over your words that you say when you're a comedian on the radio. And this isn't a whole fucking sermon he was giving. It was a line that flew out of his mouth during a bit. And then his actions are so much bigger than that one circumstance.
Yeah.
But they want to take the actions that he does and toss him away. Oh, yeah, he does this, and it's all great and good. But look what he said. Shut up.
Yet Don Imus needs to be fired for what he said. And while we're at it, his producer, Bernard McGurk, needs to be canned as well. McGurk is just as guilty, often egging Imus on.
He had to mention food, didn't he? He just couldn't not talk without mentioning food of some sort.
Egging.
Scrambled egging him on.
Oh, his fucking rotten. I like to drop a penny inside of his little belly and listen to it plink inside the
change purse.
Inside the dollop of stew he had last night for dinner. Just a dollop of stew, honey, because I couldn't control myself. I didn't know how to say no. I'm standing under an umbrella like a little fat Mary Poppins. Hope he has a spoonful of sickle cell. Fucking makes me sick, fat boy.
The "I'm a good person who said a bad thing" apology doesn't cut it.
No.
At least he didn't try to weasel out of this by hiding behind alcohol or drug abuse.
Or compulsive overeating that he needed his stomach stapled for.
Oops.
Fucking nerve you.
Still, he said it, and a 2-week suspension doesn't cut it. It is, at best, a slap on the wrist. A vacation, nothing.
Speaking of slap on the wrist, you think Al ever got one while reaching into a cookie jar before dinner?
Plenty.
Probably not. That's
Fatso.
why.
Keep your
Leave
hand
the
off the
cookies alone, tubby.
But I was molested. I wanted to cover it with something.
Shut up, fatso. The general manager of Cartoon Network resigned after a publicity stunt went wrong and caused a panic in Boston. He did the right thing. Don Imus should do the right thing and resign. Not talk about taking a 2-week suspension with dignity. I don't think Don Imus gets it. After watching and listening to him this morning during an interview with Matt Lauer.
I got to hear that.
Yeah, we got it right here. Where is it? Right here, I got it. Don Imus doesn't get it. Maybe it's being stuck in a studio for 35 years or being stuck in the 1980s. Either way, it's obvious that he needs to move on. Citing context within a comedy show is not an excuse.
Oh, it's not.
Really?
Then how about Dave Chappelle when Chappelle was doing his show on Comedy Central?
Yeah.
That was in the context of comedy. If he did the bits that he did, Dave Chappelle, in any other context but comedy, it would have been a crime, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's under the context of comedy. It's very funny. Chris Rock, under the context of comedy, does his act, which he gets down on black people, a lot of the black stereotypes. Mm-hmm. If Chris Rock was a politician, he would be called an Uncle Tom for some of the shit he says. But it's under the context of comedy. Hey, stupid Al Roker, it means everything, the context.
Of course it does. That's why... That's what comedy is. You take painful things and you somehow talk about them. That's what comedy is supposed to be.
Let's see the context of your weather broadcast. When it's on the show, people watch and wonder if they have to take an umbrella. When you're at a party talking and they're bored fuckless walking away from you,
because that's all you have to offer
that's
to
a different
cocktail
context. So shove those little wieners in your mouth. Shove those little fucking pigs in a blanket in your little piggy belly.
I bet his stomach can handle. I can handle one half of a cocktail weenie.
One cocktail weenie and no blanket. I got to strip the blanket off of the piggy.
I know he
one
like
cold piggy.
Little fridge frost on it. Have a cold piggy, you big one.
What the hell does he know? He's a weatherman.
He knows nothing.
Weatherman is getting in on this.
He knows about cold fronts.
Yeah.
And warm
fat fronts
and
big rears.
And nor'easters.
Yeah, what is he getting involved in this for?
A clipper system.
He's awful.
Shut up.
He's standing there with Matt and Katie for the last 20 years. Don't try to be poignant now, stupid. It's too late.
He has to take his punishment and start over. Guess what? He'll get rehired, and we'll go on like nothing happened.
Oh, really?
CBS Radio and NBC News need to remove Don Imus from the airwaves. That is what needs to happen. Otherwise, it just looks like profits and ratings rule over decency and justice.
Decency and justice.
What the fuck kind of justice is... You know something?
Race war!
Just irritating. It's just irritating.
Don't
That a guy
play
like
my
Al,
Blazing Saddles clip.
he's never said anything poignant before. I've never heard of him making any type of editorial comment on the news on the show he's on.
Well, Al's getting a little risque. Here's a line from the Today Show.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Ah, see?
Wow, there.
See?
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Josh from Connecticut. Al wouldn't know comedy if he ate it and it split his stomach staples. And people say, "Come on, leave Roker alone."
Oh, stop.
Leave
Hold
him
on.
alone.
I heard talking outside, so I figured it was the listeners. But could we have the mics on outside? The listeners are quiet. It's our guys. Could you tell them just to we have the mics on?
Is it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Mics are on.
No, I know. But I'm saying I can
But
hear
it's
them
our
chatting.
dopey staff.
That's yapping, and we can hear them.
I kind of like hearing that.
I don't.
It just makes it all busy, like we're actually like working.
No, we're not.
I know.
Thank you. Attaboy.
I know,
Ah,
but
nice, man.
up!